Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Banao Bharat's Trading for Living Wednesday live session. Just about 15 minutes left in the trade today, but quite a trending day. We will quickly look into the charts, starting off with Nifty. Well, this is how the Nifty chart looks for last few days, starting from May 9th. When you see May 9th, 10th and 11th, there was some kind of sideways movement and one gap down, false gap down. From there on it started picking up from May 12th onwards, went on to make a new high day before yesterday at 18,473, and from there on you can see here today it has made a low of 18,157 and currently trading at 18,215. So from 18,473 to 18,157 is recent fall from last 2.5 or 3 days. Will it continue from here on? We don't know, but should it to continue the fall? Yes, because on the higher time frames, we are just in the intraday time frame, and we can see here the 3 days movement has been negated. You can see the bell curve here clearly formed. So 3 days low is taken out, and today probably another 15 minutes left, probably it might close below 3 days low of 18,215. Whatever is the case, at least the bell curve is complete and it has cut 3 days low and has gone and made a new low at 18,157. At least on the intraday time frame there is shift in data points, and we have to now start looking at the inverted bell curve. Will it form or not? So our starting data points will now change. What was our earlier data points will get nullified, and new data points have emerged, and based on that we need to have to start watching the market. From here on, will it take the support at 18,157, and from there on will it start making higher highs, or where it goes and stops? All of those analysis will start in the coming days, but for now we can say the bell curve in the Nifty chart has been completed, and it has convincingly looks like it has made a new low today, and that new low being 1 day fresh, there is lot more potential for Nifty to make multiple new lows in the coming days. But having said that, we should always be open as a trader. Our objective should not be to trade only the longs or only the shorts. Keep our mind open, and we know for the first time in last several days it has shown one clear signal that it is shifting its data points and showing the downward trend, but anytime markets may surprise us, so we need to keep our options open on both the sides. But then I was saying yesterday, it could be 2 steps backwards and 1 step forward from here in Nifty as well as in Bank Nifty. For several days to come, it could be more of down and little bit of pullback, more of down and little bit of pullback. So this zigzag movement, whenever it happens, it won't be in the equidistance up and down. Looks like it will be more of a down movement and less of a pullback, more of a down movement and less of a pullback for coming days. But where will be the next reversal entry? We don't know yet. It is too early to talk of any reversals. For now, today is the first day it has clearly taken out some of the critical lows, and it is closing in the negative, which itself is an indication that lot more weakness is still there in the market, and it might not be over so soon with 1 day's fall. So that is with respect to the Nifty chart, currently trading at 18,220. Watch out for 18,157. The new data point has emerged for us to make further analysis. This is the chart of Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, you can see here on May 10th we were seeing the lows of 42,849, and within last 7 days, in that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 trading sessions, you can see here it has made a high of 44,144. that was yesterday, and from there on today we are seeing the levels of 43,465 and now trading at 43,700. So Bank Nifty still is not very weak. Still it has just cut 43,630. that was one critical point which it had to stay below 43,630, but it is not staying below 43,630. Another 15 minutes to go in trade, and it is already trading above 43,700, which is an indication Bank Nifty's fall may not have started as yet, but still definitely on the backs of Nifty's movement, Bank Nifty also might pick up momentum in the coming days on the downside. So this is with respect to Bank Nifty chart. Starting from 42,849 on the lower side on May 10th, it has traveled well and made a high up to 44,144. From there on, now we need to watch out on the lower side what are all the levels that might get taken out or that might continue to support this up move in Bank Nifty. So watch out for 43,300. After 43,300, if you see, there are no levels until 42,800. So these levels will get opened up. It becomes an open zone if it starts falling. Otherwise, on the higher side, lot of resistance will be there. You can see here one high is at 43,955, second one is 44,144, and as we were speaking yesterday in Bank Nifty has actually not made or not taken out the all-time high yet. It is 44,248 on the futures. It has not taken out. It has topped out at 44,114, and when it comes to Bank Nifty spot, it is just came as close as 44,151.7, just 10 paise short of all-time high. It has reversed, and today Bank Nifty spot, let me just, yeah, from the highs of 44,151.7, today it is trading at 43,746. Not much difference between spot and futures today, but then you need to reading the data points. I feel Nifty is now more clear that it might travel on the downside, but Bank Nifty is still has to take out few more lows to comfortably say from here on the inverted pattern is what we need to look into. So that is with respect to Bank Nifty. Let us quickly go into some of the banking stocks today and see if any noticeable change in trend are visible in banking stocks. Especially PSU banks were doing well of late. You can see here, this is the chart of Axis Bank from the lows of 882 on May 10th. It has traveled up to 921 today, closing or trading around 915 now, and nothing much still visible in Axis Bank except that it is still in good uptrend and it is more or less consolidating and it is not reversing as yet. So this is with respect to Axis Bank. This is Bajaj Finserv, kind of sideways movement. On May 9th, it had made a high of 1,449. After that, it made a low of 1398. After seeing the high of 1449 and 1398, it has been more than 5-6 days now. It is still traveling within this range, and it is more or less, it is in the sideways movement. Nothing much to decipher out of this stock, at least on the intraday time frame. Yes, in between there will be several buy signals and sell signals, but watch out for the shift in trend. Overall, banking stocks including banking index has still not shown shift in trend like Nifty. Bajaj Finance started off its journey on May 10th at the lows of 6,545. From there on went up to 6,860, currently trading at 6,727. So here you can see, like, it is still in the upward movement only overall, and today's fall is more like, from yesterday evening it is steep, and this kind of steep fall will not negate the highs. So we need to still watch out for all of these stocks where it will make a base at the high and then crack certain critical levels on the lower side. So all of these patterns are not showing any big downside that can come in the coming days. It has to spend some time in the sideways movement, and only then it has to take out multi-days lows. Then we can say yes, the trend has shifted and the top or the recent high will hold good in the coming days. So this is with respect to Bajaj Finance. Let me also see Bandhan Bank. Bandhan Bank from the lows of 232 till the highs of 247 and now trading at 244. The graph looks like, up and down, but price wise not much. From the highs of 247 we are seeing the prices of 244, which is just 3 rupees below the recent high. So nothing much to decipher in this. Yes, there is no consolidation after a good uprise. It is kind of fall, but this kind of fall will not sustain on the lower side to trigger a shift in trend. Shift in trend will always be good when it spends some time below the recent high and spends few days there. After that, it takes out multiple days lows. Bank of Baroda, from the lows of 173 till the highs of 190, that is today, it is now trading at 186. So even in Bank of Baroda, I would say there is not much of weakness. Yes, today on an intraday time frame, there was a sell at 186.60. You can see here it went up to 183. It gave 3 rupees on intraday time frame to the traders, but by the end of the session, it is very eager to go back and close above the critical lows, which was at 186.60, currently trading at 186.35. Canara Bank. Canara Bank is, the chart is not towards the top corner, it is in the somewhere in the middle, which is an indication like Canara Bank is in the sideways movement. Watch out for the lows at 295. So that might be a critical level for you to take your next trades. From the lows of 290s to 313, it has been kind of in the sideways movement, very similar to Bajaj Finserv, what chart we just saw. HDFC Twins, well, 2764 onwards, currently trading at 2715. You can see here good fall, and while going up also it was not a very smooth ride. It was kind of a choppy movement on the higher side. So it is better, both HDFC and HDFC Bank, we see it on a daily time frame. So this is the daily chart of HDFC on the day when it got merged, or on the day when MSCI index said they may have to revise, and which might trigger outflows of about 150 to 200 million dollars in these two banks put together. There was a big fall on that day. That was on 5th of May. On 5th of May, we saw one critical low at 2626, and from there on very small candles have formed, and yesterday it made a high of 2764. Probably from 2626 to 2764, this up move or pullback move after the shock on that day of 5th of May is over, and now probably this stock might go further down once it cracks 2626 again, currently trading at 2715. HDFC Bank, you can see here that day on 5th of May, it made a low of 1613, and from there on tried to make a pullback, kind of not a very smooth pullback, but very small candles. It tried an attempt at taking out that day's high. It has made a high of 1671. From there itself the fall has started, and today it has made a low of 1628, currently trading at 1642. So it is once again back within the range of this 5th of May's highs and lows. So as long as it is trading within this zone of 5th of May consistently, then there is no trade in this, but more signs it has tried a pullback, it has failed, and it has again come back within the zone, is more an indication that once if it cuts 1613 once again, then there is all the possibility that HDFC Bank also is headed much further down, maybe up to 1500, and from there on it is anybody's guess, because lot of levels will get opened up once 1500 gets taken out. So watch out for HDFC Bank as well as HDFC on the downside. Not much strength visible on these two stocks. On 5th of May, it made one critical low. After that, it has taken several days to do a pullback, and while the pullback was happening, the pullback was very small and muted and kind of unconvincing pullback with very small candles and absolutely no volume. And after that, yesterday onwards, you can see HDFC as well as HDFC Bank both have started falling rapidly. So it is an indication, do not touch this stock for investment or trading purposes on the long side at least, and for the short side wait for those levels that I mentioned for you to take fresh trades on the downside. And whenever these lows are taken out, the fall will be swift because it would have spent enough time in consolidating in this area. It is already more than 12 days that it has been consolidating within the 5th of May highs and lows. So whenever this low is taken out, it won't take further time to fall down. It will quickly fall down from the recent lows. So that is with respect to HDFC and HDFC Bank. Let us go back to the Bank Nifty chart. 4 minutes left on the trade, currently trading at 43,744 on the intraday time frame. Overall, if you see, today's take home is Nifty has taken out certain lows which are of some significance, and looks like the bell curve is complete, and from here on there is more possibility for Nifty to go down because this is the first day of some convincing fall in Nifty. But looking at the Bank Nifty chart is not that very weak, and we have also just saw some of the banking stocks as well. They are also not showing any clear signal on the downside. It is just they are all staying near to the top, and fall is looking like kind of quick fall today and yesterday, but this kind of quick fall will not signal anything much until unless they consolidate and take out multi-days lows in one single session. So on that note, I would still say Bank Nifty might still be in the sideways and Nifty might have reversed, at least on the very short time frame that we are watching. So on the back of Nifty, maybe Bank Nifty also will follow suit, and maybe it will fall more aggressively in the coming days. But for now, with the given set of data points, I would say Bank Nifty is still not turned down. So that is the take home for today's session. Let us see how the coming days pan out. Tomorrow anyway we have one more expiry coming up. Watch carefully, trade carefully, and save your capital. Without risk there is no gains, we all know, but do not risk too much, and at the same time have a calculated approach towards your trading business, so that you will be careful in each trade. You put some money and ensure you take out something more than that. So let us see. Bank Nifty currently trading at 43,744 and Nifty trading at 18,230. After having seen the fall of yesterday and today, and I would be more happy if it had closed below 18,200, but it is closing above 18,215, which was an important low. So this is not a very good sign, but still I would go on the leaning that maybe it has shifted its trend, at least on the intraday time frame. So that's it for now. We will once again meet tomorrow with our fresh outlook on the market. Until then, Om Swasti.